The well water looked clean, tasted fine, but the dog refused to drink and kept the children away. They called her Lady, and she was about to save 6 lives. Nebraska Territory, 1876. The homestead sat alone on the prairie, 160 acres, claimed under the Homestead Act. Daniel and his wife Sarah, 3 children, ages 8, 6, and 4, building a life from nothing. The house was modest, 2 rooms, sod construction, but solid, warm, theirs. The well was essential, 40 feet deep, good water, clear, cold, life itself. Without the well, the homestead failed. The family with them was Lady, a collie, 4 years old, sable and white coat, intelligent, gentle eyes, protective family dog. Lady had been with them since Nebraska, since the beginning, helped with everything, herding, guarding, protecting the children. More than pet, family member, essential member. Spring 1876 brought trouble. Neighbor dispute over land boundaries, water rights, grazing areas. The neighbor, named Garrett, was aggressive, hostile, threatening. "That land's mine, that water's mine, you got no right." Daniel tried reasoning. "We filed proper claims, everything's legal, recorded." "Don't care about papers, I was here first, you leave or face consequences." Daniel refused to leave. They'd worked too hard, invested too much, built too much. This was their home, their future, their children's inheritance. Garrett grew more hostile, threatening, dangerous. One night, strange visitors, 3 men, Garrett's friends, rode to the homestead, late, when family slept. Lady alerted, barking, urgent. Daniel grabbed his rifle, went outside. The men were at the well, doing something. "Get away from there, that's my property." The men fled, quickly, into darkness. Daniel inspected the well, saw nothing wrong, checked the water, looked clear, normal. But something felt wrong. Why the well? Why at night? What were they doing? He couldn't prove anything, couldn't accuse anyone, without evidence. But suspicion remained. Next morning, Sarah drew water, for breakfast, for coffee, for washing, normal routine. Lady approached the water bucket, sniffed, recoiled, refused to drink. Strange, very strange. Daniel, "Lady won't drink, she's acting strange." "Probably just not thirsty." "No, look, she's avoiding it, deliberately." Daniel watched. Lady approached the bucket, sniffed, backed away, whined, anxious. When the children approached, to drink, Lady blocked them, gently, firmly, wouldn't let them near the water. "That's very strange. She's never done this." Sarah picked up the bucket, smelled the water. "Smells fine, looks clear." Daniel tasted it. "Tastes normal. Maybe Lady's just sick." But Lady wasn't sick, was eating, was active, was normal, except about the water. Completely refused it, and prevented the children from drinking it. The 8-year-old, Emma, tried to pet Lady, get past her to the water. Lady gently pushed her away, blocked her path, insistent, protective. "Mama, Lady won't let me drink." Sarah was concerned. "Daniel, something's wrong. Lady knows something. We should listen." Daniel remembered. The men at the well, last night, Garrett's threats, "That water's mine." Could they have, Would they have poisoned the well? It seemed extreme, dangerous, criminal. But Garrett was desperate, hostile, capable. "I'm taking this water to town, having it tested. Doctor can check it." That's 20 miles, all-day journey. If Lady's right, if something's wrong, we need to know before anyone drinks it. Daniel left immediately, on horseback, carrying sealed jar of well water. Lady watched him go, still guarding the water bucket, still protecting the children. Sarah used stored rainwater for the day, limited, rationed, but safe, until Daniel returned. The children complained, "We're thirsty, why can't we drink?" Because Lady says no, and we trust Lady. Daniel reached town, found the doctor, old frontier physician, experienced, knowledgeable. "Doc, need you to test this water. My dog refuses to drink it, acting strange, keeps children away from it." The doctor took the jar. "Your dog? You're testing water because of a dog? That dog saved us before, from snakes, from danger. She knows things, senses things. If she says the water's bad, it's bad." The doctor smiled, skeptical but willing. "All right, let me test it." He had basic equipment, chemical tests for common contaminants, arsenic, mercury, lead, common poisons. He tested methodically, carefully. His expression changed, serious, concerned, alarmed. "Daniel, this water, it's poisoned. Arsenic, significant amount, enough to kill, especially children. Where'd you get this?" "My well, home well. Someone tampered with it last night." The doctor's face darkened. "Someone tried to murder your family. This much arsenic would have killed everyone. Painful deaths within days." Daniel felt sick. His family, his children, would have died, all of them, if they'd drunk that water, if Lady hadn't warned them, refused to let them drink. That dog saved 6 lives. Who would do this? I know who. My neighbor, Garrett. We've been feuding over land, water rights. He threatened us. This is attempted murder. You need the marshal, now." Daniel found the territorial marshal, told everything. The feud, the threats, the men at the well, the poisoned water. The marshal was grave. "Arsenic poisoning. That's attempted murder. Federal crime. I'll investigate immediately." They rode back to the homestead, together, with the doctor, as witnesses, as evidence. Sarah saw them coming, rushed out, relieved, worried. "What did you find?" Lady was right. Water's poisoned, arsenic, enough to kill us all. Sarah went white, looked at Lady, the collie sitting calmly, watching the children play, keeping them away from the well. She saved us, saved our babies. The marshal investigated thoroughly, tested the well, confirmed poison, questioned neighbors, gathered evidence, found witnesses who'd seen Garrett purchasing arsenic in town days before. For rats, he'd claimed, but he bought enough to poison an army. The marshal arrested Garrett and his 3 friends who'd tampered with the well. Federal charges, attempted murder. The trial was quick, evidence overwhelming, witnesses credible. Garrett's threats well documented. The arsenic purchase recorded. The men at the well identified. All 4 convicted. Prison. Long sentences. Federal prison. Far from Nebraska. The homestead was safe. Finally. Permanently. But Daniel knew, without Lady, without her instincts, her refusal to drink, her protection of the children, they'd all be dead, poisoned, murdered. The dog had saved 6 lives through intelligence, instinct, loyalty. Daniel held a gathering for neighbors, for community, told the story, showed Lady. This dog saved my family, detected poison, kept children safe, refused to let anyone drink until we tested the water. Without her, we'd be dead, all of us. The community was amazed, moved. How did she know? How could she tell? Dogs have senses we don't understand. Smell, taste, detection abilities beyond human. Lady smelled something, knew it was wrong, knew it was dangerous, protected us. The story spread across Nebraska, across territories. Homesteader's dog detected poisoned well, saved entire family. Lady became famous. The dog who detected poison saved a family. People traveled to see her, to meet her, to understand how. How did she know? What did she detect? Daniel explained, repeatedly, patiently. Dogs have incredible sense of smell, thousands of times better than humans. Lady smelled something wrong, something dangerous, in water that looked and tasted normal to us. She trusted her instincts, refused to drink, kept children away. That saved us. Newspapers wrote articles. Miracle dog saves family from poison. Scientists became interested. Doctors, veterinarians, researchers. Can dogs really detect poison? In water? In food? They visited the homestead, tested Lady, presented various substances, some safe, some contaminated. Lady identified them, consistently, accurately, refusing contaminated items, accepting safe ones. The researchers were astounded. This ability, it's measurable, reliable, consistent. Dogs can detect contamination, poison, danger better than any instrument we have. A doctor from Chicago, named Morrison, became particularly interested. Mr. Daniel, your dog, Lady, she has remarkable ability. I want to study this, understand it, develop it. Develop it? How? Train dogs, specifically, to detect poison, contamination, danger. For water testing, food safety, medicine quality. Think of the applications, the lives saved. Daniel considered. Lady had saved his family. Could other dogs, trained properly, save others? What would this involve? I'd work with Lady, learn her methods, her responses, then train other dogs, using her as model. With your permission. Daniel looked at Lady, the collie sitting peacefully, watching the children. Always watching, always protecting. Lady decides. If she's willing, I'm willing. They tested Lady's willingness. Morrison approached, gently, professionally. Lady accepted him, cooperated, seemed to understand. Something important was happening. Morrison spent 3 months at the homestead studying Lady, understanding her detection methods, how she identified poison, what signs she showed, how she communicated danger. He documented everything, scientifically, methodically. Lady uses multiple senses, primarily smell, but also behavior observation. She watches, learns, remembers. When something's wrong, she refuses it, blocks access, warns persistently. Morrison began training program back in Chicago, using Lady's methods, Lady's example as model. He selected dogs carefully, temperament, intelligence, sensitivity, focus. Collies worked well, like Lady, but other breeds too, retrievers, shepherds. Any dog with right traits, right training could detect contamination. The training took months, systematic, progressive. Exposure to various substances, safe and dangerous. Rewarding correct identification,
correcting errors, building skills, building reliability.
Within a year, Morrison had trained 12 dogs for contamination detection. He placed them strategically: water treatment facilities, food processing plants, medicine manufacturers, hospitals. Anywhere contamination could cause disaster. The dogs worked effectively, consistently, detecting problems human inspectors missed. One dog at Chicago water plant named Scout detected contamination in reservoir before it reached population. Investigation revealed industrial waste illegally dumped upstream would have poisoned thousands. Scout's detection saved countless lives. Another dog at food processing facility named Bell detected spoilage in meat shipment before distribution, prevented widespread illness, death. The program's success was undeniable. Dogs could detect what humans couldn't, what instruments couldn't, reliably, consistently, effectively. Morrison published findings. Medical journals, scientific publications. Canine detection of contamination, a revolutionary approach to public safety. The medical community, initially skeptical, became convinced. Evidence was overwhelming. Success rate remarkable. Lives saved measurable. Other cities, other states wanted programs. Can you help us train dogs for our facilities? Morrison's program expanded nationwide. Training centers established, standards developed, certification required. All based on Lady's example, Lady's methods, Lady's instincts. By 1880, over 100 detection dogs working nationwide. Water safety, food safety, medicine quality, public health. Each one traced to Lady, to that Nebraska homestead, to poisoned well that started everything. Daniel received visitors, constantly wanting to see Lady, thank her, understand her. One visitor, mother of 5 from Chicago. Lady, your dog, trained scout who detected poison in our water last month. My children would have drunk it, would have died, because of Lady, because of Scout. They're alive. Thank you. Daniel was moved repeatedly by such stories. Lady just did what came naturally, protected family. We were fortunate. She saved us. Now she's saving thousands more. The territorial governor visited, officially recognized Lady's contribution. This dog started revolution in public safety, in contamination detection. Nebraska is proud to have been home to such innovation. He presented medal, special collar, official recognition. But more meaningful was the lives, the families, the children alive because Lady had refused to drink poisoned water. By 1882, Lady was 10 years old, slowing, gray muzzle, stiff joints, but still alert, still protective, still watching. The children, now teenagers, still loved her, still trusted her completely. Lady saved our lives when we were little. We never forget. Morrison visited one last time. Daniel, Lady's contribution to public safety, to science, to humanity is immeasurable. She proved concept. Dogs can detect what we can't. That knowledge has saved thousands of lives, will save millions more. Thank you for trusting her, for sharing her, for changing everything. Daniel smiled. Lady did that, not me. I just listened to her, trusted her. When she said water was bad,
Everyone should listen to their dogs, trust their instincts. They know things we don't. Lady passed peacefully, 1883, at home, surrounded by family. The family she'd saved, the children she'd protected. They buried her on the homestead, overlooking the prairie. Simple headstone. Lady, 1872 to 1883. She saved 6 lives. She changed public safety forever. Morrison ensured Lady's legacy continued. Every detection dog trained afterward learned about Lady, about Nebraska Homestead, about Poisoned Well, about dog who trusted her instincts, protected her family, changed the world.
By 1885, detection dog programs existed in 30 states, over 300 dogs working, water safety, food inspection, medicine quality control, public health protection, all traced to Lady, to her refusal to drink poisoned water. Daniel remained on Homestead, now 50 years old, children grown, starting families. He'd become consultant for detection dog programs. How did Lady know? What should trainers watch for? Daniel shared stories, observations, insights. Lady wasn't trained, had no special education, just natural instincts, protective nature, love for family. That's what saved us. Modern programs build on that, systematize it, make it reliable. But foundation is same. Dogs protecting those they love. One young trainer, named Catherine, came specifically to learn from Daniel. Mr. Daniel, I'm training dogs for hospital, medicine contamination detection. Can you help me understand how Lady worked?
Daniel walked Catherine around the homestead, to the well, now cleaned, safe, operational again. Lady was here that morning, water bucket there. She approached, sniffed. Something was wrong. She knew immediately, backed away. When children came, she blocked them, gently but firmly, wouldn't let them near. How did she communicate the danger? Body language, whining, blocking, persistence. She didn't give up, kept warning, until we listened. That persistence, that's critical. Dogs must communicate, clearly, consistently, until humans understand. Catherine took notes. And the detection itself? How sensitive. Incredibly sensitive. We couldn't smell anything, couldn't taste anything. Water looked perfect. But Lady detected arsenic, immediately, accurately. That's the power of canine senses. Catherine left, inspired, educated. Her program in Boston became one of most successful, detecting medication contamination before distribution, saving countless lives.
By 1890, detection dogs had become standard in public health, in food safety, in water treatment, in medicine production. The concept, Lady proved, was now established science. Government regulations required detection dogs at critical facilities. Insurance companies offered discounts for facilities with detection dog programs. The economic impact was significant. Contamination prevented, recalls avoided, lives saved, lawsuits prevented. Detection dogs paid for themselves many times over. But more important than economics were lives, families, children, alive. Because dogs, like Lady, detected danger, warned humans, prevented tragedy.
Daniel received letter from Dr. Morrison, now elderly, retired, but still writing. Dear Daniel, I write in my final years to thank you and Lady for changing my life.
my career, my contribution. I was skeptical doctor, doubting dogs could do anything beyond companionship. Lady proved me wrong, taught me dogs have abilities we barely understand. I've spent 30 years studying those abilities, training dogs, saving lives. All because you trusted Lady when she said water was bad. Thank you for listening, for trusting, for sharing her with world. Daniel was moved deeply. Lady had done that. Simple Collie on Nebraska Homestead had changed public safety, had saved thousands, would save millions, just by trusting her instincts.
Daniel's children, now adults, with families, return to Homestead for gathering, anniversary. 20 years since Lady saved them. Emma, now 28, with 3 children, spoke, "I remember that day, being thirsty, wanting water, Lady blocking me. I was frustrated, didn't understand. Now I have children. I understand completely. Lady saved my life, so I could have these lives, so I could be mother. That's Lady's real legacy. Not just lives saved, but generations, families, futures, all possible because she protected us." The other children agreed, emotional, grateful. They visited Lady's grave, together, family. "Thank you, Lady, for everything, for protecting us, for loving us, for changing the world." Daniel stood, hand on headstone. She was good dog, best dog, but more. She was guardian, protector, hero. She trusted her instincts. We trusted her. That trust saved everything. By 1900, over 2,000 detection dogs worked nationwide. Water treatment, food safety, medicine production, chemical manufacturing. Anywhere contamination could threaten public safety. The profession Lady pioneered had become essential, standard, required. Every detection dog traced back to Lady, to Nebraska Homestead, to poisoned well. Daniel passed 1902 at 70. They buried him beside Lady on Homestead. Partners reunited. Monument updated. Daniel and Lady. She detected poison, he trusted her. Together they changed public safety. The homestead became historic site, preserved, maintained. Training center for detection dogs built nearby, named Lady Memorial Training Center. Every graduate learned Lady's story, visited her grave, understood their profession's origin. By 2000, detection dogs were everywhere. Airports, borders, hospitals, schools. Detecting explosives, drugs, diseases, contamination. Every application, every success, traced back to Simple Collie, named Lady, who refused to drink poisoned water, who protected her family, who proved dogs could detect what humans couldn't. Lady didn't know she'd start a revolution. Didn't know she'd save millions. Just knew water was bad. Children needed protection. That simple knowledge, that protective instinct, changed everything. The well was poisoned. Lady detected it. 6 lives saved. Then thousands more through programs she inspired. That's legacy. Not what you do, but what continues after. Lady continues in every detection dog, every life saved, every family protected. Simple Nebraska Collie, who trusted her nose, protected her family, changed the world forever.